Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angie, I'm the second wind stitcher, and I'm very happy to see you here today. I just want to thank everybody again for those of you who have subscribed. I'm up a little bit. I'm over like 750 subscribers, so that's amazing. I'm so excited for that. And for those of you who are new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy what you see. This is my channel about counted cross stitch, and I've got a lot to show today, so I will try not to be too loquacious while I'm going through everything, but I do like to chat a little bit. So first things first, I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience at Stitch New England, which was in Massachusetts. So Pam and crew there were absolutely amazing. For a first retreat experience, I don't think I could have asked for a better one. It was really well organized. They were just fabulous people. It was a lot of fun. I met so many great new people. I had some wonderful table mates who I will talk about a little bit. So first off, I got there Friday morning, which was Friday the 13th. And right away in line, I met Athena from Stitching Goddess Designs. So I was right behind her in line, and she was kind enough to ask questions of me because I'm a bit of an introvert and I'm not always great about like making the first move to reach out. So we started chatting in line, and she was so kind and invited me to join her group and her table. So I did, and I loved every one of the ladies that was at my table. They were just all amazing people. So the other folks that were at my table were Stacy. She's with Thread the Needle Stitchery, which is an online needle workshop. She also has a YouTube channel, as does Athena, and Athena has her Stitching Goddess designed t-shirts. So I might have a couple of those on order, maybe. They're not here yet, but I know she's busily making them. I also think that her Christmas like special edition shirts might be out right now. So little plug for Athena. Her shirts are great. Beth with Busy Bee Stitches here on YouTube was also at my table. She was lovely. Connie, who is the mom part of the Count Twice Stitch Once on YouTube. Her daughter wasn't able to be at the Stitch New England retreat with her, but I got to meet Connie, and she's lovely. I've watched, I got one of the Flosstubes done last night. I've just been trying to catch up. There's so much Flosstube content, and it's hard to stay on top of it all. So they're lovely. I hope I get to, see all of them. And then the final person at our table was Tara, and she's the 805 Stitcher on YouTube, and she has an Etsy shop where she sells project bags. So just wonderful. I loved, I probably will be trying to go back to the Stitch New England retreat next year. I drove from Wisconsin to Massachusetts, which, in October is a beautiful drive through the Appalachians. I got to see a bunch of the fall colors, and yeah, it was a nice little road trip. I was glad that I drove. Plus I didn't have to worry about like paring all the stuff down that I wanted to take with me to the retreat. So I could take whatever I wanted because I drove myself. So yeah, just wonderful experience. I do look forward to going to more retreats in the future. Probably not a whole lot in 2024. So I think I mentioned before, I purchased a house this year. So I am trying to be a little more frugal in 2024 and get some things paid off that I, just from like buying a new house, all those things that kind of go along with that. So I probably won't have a lot of haul next year. I'm really hoping to cut back. I do have a lot of haul to show you later today. So I don't have I'm not in want of a lot of new things. I have plenty. I actually picked a couple things up today while I was out and about, so I'll show you some of that. But, okay, we'll dive right in. I have 10 projects to show, that I stitched on through most of October. I think my last, Flosstube was like right at the end of September. So what I've been stitching all through October, and then just this first part of November. So I apologize. I have notes in my lap, so I'm sorry that I keep looking down, but so I have my notes available. So the first thing that I stitched on was October Quaker. So I think everybody is probably familiar with these. They're from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. This is the October version. And I actually feel like I got some pretty good progress on this one. I'm about like halfway through-ish. So yeah, I really like this one. I mean, I like all of them. And I feel like this big motif was actually a lot of fun to stitch. This one a little trickier. I mean, I'm about halfway through that other big motif kind of on the side, but this will go onto my non-full coverage whip go board for next year. And for those of you who are new here or haven't heard of whip go, Jessie Marie does stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I can't talk today. Jessie Marie does stuff on YouTube. Has for several years she's had this concept like a whip go, which is like a bingo board where you kind of put projects in, and maybe it's specific projects or a goal on, you know, like seasonal stitching, or I want to get like X many stitches or X many days. So you kind of set your own goals for each of the projects that you put in. You know, put a project in for each of the 1 through 25 numbers. And then she calls 2 numbers each month for you to work on for your whip go goals. This year I'm working off of 2 boards. I have a full coverage and a non-full coverage board. Next year will probably be a little bit more than that, but I will get into that probably with my November, or well, I guess we're in November, aren't we? With my December Flosstube, and kind of go through what I'm thinking of as far as my plans for 2024, which I have a lot of. So yes, so October Quaker, that is on, just for those of you who are interested, it's on a 32 count linen from Color and Cotton called Over the Moon. It's a lovely kind of silvery gray color, and I am stitching that on 2/2 full cross. Okay, my next project is a project from Gecko Rouge. It is called Solstice Pentre, and the artwork is by, I can't remember, Donna and Spencer Davis. So that's what it will look like. And then I didn't do too bad. I just had like a tiny little bit right up in here. I will try to insert pictures if I can find them from my whip parade that I did as my first Flosstube. But yeah, I think literally it was like just this little bit. So I got some pretty decent progress. This is just on 18 count white Aida. And my total stitch count for this project right now is 1,528 out of 29,315. And that puts me at 5.21%. So this is not going to be a huge project. Totally should be doable within the next couple of years, depending on how I structure my goals. But obviously this was a whole lot of block stitching, which is why I think I got as much progress in as I did. That's okay. So enjoying that one. And then my next project is a new start. So I love Plum Street samplers. I have several of her patterns. I have a couple on the go. This is the one that I started. It's called Blackberry House. I love this one. In fact, I love it so much I accidentally bought it twice. So might be a future giveaway if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, maybe. I think I even have the second pattern fully kitted, so it would be like pattern and floss, but not fabric. So Blackberry House. And then this is where I got to so far. This also has been called for my November Whip Go board for non-full coverage. So I think in October, I had just started up here. I just had this little bit for that border. And then I did work on it a couple days in October. And then like I've finished off this motif, and then this is going to be a leaf. And then this is the little birdhouse. So excited to get some more progress on this one this month. So I started this on October 7th. This is 32 count linen from Fiber on a Whim, and it's called Morganite. Now, what you can't really tell is that this is a very pale pink color. It doesn't really come across on the camera very well, but yeah, it's more of a pink than a cream, which is what it's reading as. But it's really pretty. But this is 2/2 full cross. So yeah, that's Blackberry House. Okay, my next one is also a new start. So this was the full coverage piece that I decided to take with me for the Stitch New England retreat. And since it was on Friday the 13th and we were in October, I decided to do Halloween night from Tilton Crafts. I think this is just like a free, like free artwork, no copyright artwork. So this is what I decided to work on. So Friday the 13th start. And here is where I got to. So again, I'm an upper left-hand corner starter. This is all mostly 939. There's a couple of little shading colors that we're starting to get in. But I, just that first day at retreat, I got over 1,000 stitches in that day, which I hear is actually pretty good for retreat stitching. I get the impression that some people are get very little done, very little actual stitching done during a stitch retreat because they're so busy talking with all of the fellow retreat goers. I did do a fair amount of wandering around and talking with people, which for me is kind of a big deal as an introvert. I'm not always great about putting myself out there, but I did wander the tables. I got to see some beautiful stitching. They had they called it a ta-da table instead of a brag table. There was some gorgeous stitching that I got to see on there. So that is, it's on 18 count Aida. It is a silver mist color from Mystic Fabrics. I love Misty's fabrics. And that is 2/1 full cross. And my stitch count is 1,854 out of 127,500 stitches. So that puts me at 1.45%. So I didn't make a ton more progress. This did get called, this was also an October Whip Go. So I didn't make a ton more progress when I got home on it. I think maybe I was a little like bleh on the 939 because I had done so much of it, but that's okay. I'm pretty satisfied with the percentage that I got done. Okay. The next project that I worked on, I also worked on while I was at the Stitch New England retreat, and I'm not going to show you what it's going to look like because I haven't finished. So this is probably haunted by a little Stitch Girl. And I love how this turned out. I know it's too late for this Halloween, but I will do my best to get it framed before next Halloween and get it out. So if one door closes and another door opens, your house is probably haunted. So I love how this is. How this turned out, and I can't wait to get it framed. So, like I said, this is a pattern by Little Stitch Girl. This is on 18 count Aida from Picture This Plus called Da Vinci. Let me just hold this up. So that actually, it's pretty close. It's a really nice, lightly mottled purpley with like a smidge of blues in there. It's pretty close on camera. So yeah, love this. Love how the roof, I gotta tell you, so the roof color and the letters are the same color, and it's like purple haze from, I think it's a Weeks color. And I had like half of a strand left. Like so if you, I feel like I'm fairly frugal with my thread usage. So if you aren't, and you want to do this pattern, you might want to pick up 2 skeins of the purple haze, because it was close. It was very close. So very excited for that. I so officially finished. I did not finish it at the retreat. I did work on it at the retreat, but I didn't get it finished there. So I finished it on October 21st of 2023. So very excited to have that as a finish this year. And then the next project I also started at the Stitch New England retreat. So on the second day, on Saturday, our table decided to, so we had a couple people, including myself, obviously, since I drove, who had vehicles. So they were lovely. They had a shuttle if you wanted to take a shuttle to the actual like brick and mortar store for Stitch New England. We decided to drive, and then we were going to get lunch afterwards. So we went over to the brick and mortar store, and I picked up this pattern along with a couple others. So Courtier, $17.99. It's obviously a Quaker. I love Quakers. I don't know if you figured that out yet. So I picked this pattern up, and then I also picked up the fabric and the floss. So I decided to go a little different, obviously, from what the pattern calls for. And I am using a 40 count Fox and Rabbit dragon fruit. And then I'm using the Karen Water Lilies pebbles. So this is a silk. And I got just the very briefest, babyest little bit of start up here in the corner. You can kind of see one of the motifs starting. It'll be, you know, like one of the pinwheels. This was literally like one strand. I am doing this one strand over 2 on the 40 count. I also got this little needle minder. It's from Becky's Baubles, and I picked that up at the brick and mortar store for Stitch New England. I thought it was a cute little needle minder. So that's what my color combination will be, which I'm kind of digging. I really like, there's some pinks in that pebbles that I think will be really pretty as I move further into that. So that start date 10/14. Obviously just a little baby start. It'll go on the non-full coverage WhipGo board for next year. I don't know, maybe I'll pull it out again later this year. It kind of depends. I've got some plans for some Christmassy stuff. I have a friend who is having a baby, so I will be working on some secret projects that I won't show on here because she might watch my channel. So I'll be having some baby related cross stitches that I'll also be working on that are outside of my WhipGo plans. So we'll see how my how my schedule goes. Okay, next one I have is another new start. I think I said in my last video I had a bunch of new starts because all 4 of the projects that got called for my WhipGo boards in October were new starts. And then, you know, like new start for the pattern that I got while I was at retreat, and I couldn't resist. So this is one of the full coverage. This is Mini Ladybird in the Meadow by Lucy Pittaway, designed by Heaven and Earth Designs. This unfortunately is retired now. I have a few other Lucy Pittaways that I'm excited to start as well. So again, I started this on October 18th, 2023. This is 18 count Mystic Fabrics Diversity, which this is a great color. It's actually pretty true to color. It's kind of like purpley, but it's a really subtle purple. I love this color. Like, I'll probably be ordering more at some point in the future. Because it was, you know, like, you can use it for samplers, you can use it, it's gorgeous. I love this color. So I started this on October 18th. This is 2 over 1 full cross. I got 2,312 stitches out of 62,250 stitches, putting me at 3.71%. So again, I feel pretty good about how much progress I made. You know, 2,300 stitches, that's not too bad in 5 days. I'll take that. I will take that. Okay. Next project that I'm working on, this is a gift for a family member for their wedding next year. So this is Love is Love by Jan Hicks. I love this pattern. Okay, so I had a little, so the last time you saw it, I only had this stripe all the way down. This is the bottom. So I got the rest of the red done, got the rest of the orange done, got through the yellow, started on the green, and realized when I got to the bottom of the green that this, I was off by half a stitch. So I frogged it because I knew if I didn't frog it right then and there that I would probably forget and then move on, and then I would get frustrated later. So I frogged it, and then it went on timeout a little bit. But I am pretty far along. Shouldn't have trouble getting this finished by any stretch of the imagination. The wedding is in May. So this is on 32 count linen from Bestitch Me, and this is called Morning Fog. And my version of Morning Fog, you can't really tell, but there's actually some green in here. It's like a greenish gray model. I love it. So this is 2 over 2 full cross. I did a Silks for You conversion for this piece. I did not use the called for. So they have some rainbow packs that you can get at from the Silks for You website, and that's where I pulled my colors from, and I love them. So as of today, I have 5,912 stitches out of 7,262 stitches, which puts me at 81.41%. So like I said, I'm hoping to do some personalization at the bottom with their names and the date of their wedding. And then I'll take it in and get it framed professionally. So that's that. Love how, other than the fact that I had to do all that frogging on that yellow column. Loving how, love how it's turning out. It's beautiful. For the most part, those patterns are a lot of fun. I think I just biffed it. Pardon me while I pick this up. Okay. Next I started, a little ornament that I'm going to do probably for my Christmas tree. So this is from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is called Snowy the Penguin. He's adorable. I love him. So I started this on October 28th. This is 18 count Ada from Bestitch Me. It's called Dive In. And this is 2 over 1 full cross. So I have almost all of the penguin done. I have to put his eyes in. And then I got some decent progress on the snowflake around him. So this is probably just another couple days, maybe. I might be able to get it done in a single night if I start early enough. So yeah, he's super cute. I've got a few other from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and then I think I've got some snowmen from Doreen Jones that I have kind of flagged for some Christmas ornaments. So for those of you who are new to my channel, the house that I purchased this year is actually, I'm third generation in it. So I bought it from my parents, and my parents bought it from my mom's parents. And so as part of that, I will be hosting Thanksgiving and Christmas at my house, but I don't really own any Christmas decorations because I lived in an apartment. I lived alone. And it was just felt like a lot of work to me to decorate. Like, I am pretty like personally ambivalent for Christmas decorating. I think it'll be fun knowing that I have a bunch of people coming to my home and sharing the season with me. But when it's just me, it feels like a lot of work to get it all out and put it all together. So I thought it would be fun to have some personally stitched Christmas ornaments to have on my Christmas tree. So hopefully that will be a finish the next time you see it. Okay, the last one is part of my November Whip Go calls, and it is November Quaker. So here's what the pattern will look like. Now, I have been doing all of these Quakers on that color and cotton over the moon fabric, which is kind of a gray, silvery gray. And sorry, I'm just all over the place. I dropped something, pardon me. And I am not liking the brown on this gray fabric. The other thing that I am unhappy about is I apparently got kind of a crummy dye lot for one of the colors. So, and it's this color. So this is called, let me pull out my floss monster. It's a baby monster. So this one is called, the color is a Classic Colorworks Watley Woodlands. And let me just kind of, this is the first one that I got. There's like no variegation in this. And if you look at this pattern, like this is one color. This is all supposed to be that Watley Woods variegated color. So you can see there's supposed to be some like serious variegation in here. Nope. I feel like this kind of slipped through, the, it should have been caught as a misdye, to be quite frank. So I ran up to my LNS today and got a new, I dug through the like 7 or 8 skeins and found one that I felt had some decent variegation. This one definitely does. And I think I'm going to restart it. I'm going to, I think again, if you've been with me before, you know, I'm not a huge fan of stitching on like beige-ish fabric. Browns are not my favorite color. I think they can be, you know, they're certainly effective in patterns. But it's not my, I'm typically like cool colors are typically for me, like cool and jewel tones are like really my colors. But I'm really not, I'm not digging the gray. So I'm either gonna do, this is just a cream, or while I was at the LNS, my LNS is able to get some Lakeside linens, and this is Lakeside Bisque. So it'll be one of these, and I'm gonna restart it because I think that those browns and the green for this particular month, it'll just look better on this fabric. So I haven't decided which. If you have a personal preference, let me know. This will probably be in timeout for a little bit this month because I'm just frustrated that I got that far and was like, I'm not digging it. I'm not liking it. Need to restart it. So if you have an opinion, this is Lakeside Bisque, this one, and this is just a cream, like a Zweigart cream. So that is the stitching that I have done for October, really. Okay. I'm gonna pull my notes back out. Oh, and I did start that on November 1st. And it's on linen. It's on a 32 count linen, just like all the other ones. And it is 2 or 2 full cross. So there's that. So let's talk about November stitching really quick. I'll show you what got called for Whip Go. So the first full coverage that got pulled, this is going to be a new start. This is Shakespearean Fantasy. It is by James Christensen. I love this artwork. So basically there's like 18 or 19 different scenes from various Shakespeare shows. So, like Midsummer Night's Dream is right here. This is Merry Wives of Windsor. This is Richard III. This is Taming of the Shrew. This is Othello. Hamlet. The Tempest. Macbeth. There's a couple. I think that's Romeo and Juliet. This might be Merchant of Venice. This is probably Winter. Is it Winter's Tale? No, maybe. I can't remember. So that's there's a couple more in there that are kind of stuck in there. So I love this. I've been meaning to do this one for many years. I actually have a puzzle of this that I've purchased like 3 times because I lost pieces. It's a whole big thing. So I'm finally going to be starting this, and I am excited to start it. Finally, I'm glad I've put it on my Whip Go board because I've had it kitted up for a while, and I just, it's like that nervous to start it. I don't know. But so that's one. The other full coverage that got pulled it's called Many Hands. So this is from Kaylee at the Sewing Shop CA. And she, for those of you who don't know, she does project bags. She does amazing hand-dyed fabric. I think she does a little bit of floss dyeing, but she's also doing some licensed artwork. So this, oh, it's not on here. I'm so sorry. I don't remember who the artist is off the top of my head, and it's not listed here. Is it not? It is not. I apologize. If I remember, I will try and put some words below on who the artist is. So this is, it's like I said, it's called Many Hands. I love this. Like when I saw this as a kit in her shop, I was like, yes, please send it to me. So I do have a very baby start on this. Oops. So just literally like, sorry. Just that little upper corner. So that'll get pulled out for 5 days. And then obviously November Quaker is one of my November Whip Go calls. And then the other Whip Go call was Blackberry House. So that was in the pile. I'm not going to pull it back out again. So yeah, 2 new starts, 2 existing whips. So that's pretty good. I think December we'll have, again, 2 new starts and 2 current whips. So if I'm remembering correctly, I have Spirit of Autumn. That is by Carol Marchetti. For the artist, it is a Haid. So that's December because, you know, like obviously we just have those 2 numbers left. They don't really need to be called for December. So I've got Spirit of Autumn. And then I think the other one that I have as a whip already is Elemental Dragons Air, which is an Ink Circles design by Tracy Horner. I have the water version done. So Tracy has basically the 4 elements in these sort of mandala patterns for these dragons. So I have water done. I've started on air. I have kitted up fire and earth already. So those are ready to go, and they will be future new starts. But as far as the new one, I mean, December Quaker, obviously. I'm forgetting what the other one is, but I will certainly tell you during my December update. So those are Whip Go plans. And then we'll definitely get started on one of the baby designs that I'm going to be doing. I have a few that I've kind of purchased and kitted, and I'm just trying to decide which one I want to do for my friend. So I will get that started, but I won't be showing it until after baby is here, and probably then just pictures of it so that it can be gifted. Sorry for the ums. So a couple other things before we get into haul. The last time I filmed, I had made some suggestions on making a couple of little short videos. One on how I do kind of a modified two-handed stitch without a stand, but with a Q-snap. So I have not been able to wrap my brain over how to do the sewing method. So I stitch in a Q-snap. I'm okay with that. But certainly my stitching has gotten a lot faster since I've kind of moved to this, like, I would say modified, but I will try and do some filming on how I like hold the Q-snap, but still kind of stitch with both hands. So I'll do just a little quick video on that. I just need to figure out how to get my camera set up to do it correctly. And then the other one that people were interested in was I had kitted up and started a new, like a big project, a big Heaven and Earth design as a supersize max color. And I had done the ribbon method for kind of wrangling all that fabric so that it's not flopping all over, but is still like when you go to move the fabric in the Q-snap, you know, like you can re-ribbon it so that you can kind of keep that fabric maintained. So I'm gonna attempt to do a video on how I did the ribbon method, and I just need to I have been trying to do some organization in my house, and so my kitchen is a little bit of a disaster because that's like the staging area. And so I need to get my kitchen island cleaned off so that I can film that's where I did, because it's the easiest flat surface that I have to work off of because it's slightly taller than the table, so it just works better. So once I get that all organized, then I will film that little video on how I did the ribbon method. I'm definitely going to, as I have some of like this Shakespeare and fantasy, it's probably the project that I will use as the demo for how to do the ribbon method to wrangle your fabric. So look for those coming up. I'm gonna try and get them done in November. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then I did have one question that somebody had asked me, and it was, do I use Pattern Keeper? Yes, I absolutely use Pattern Keeper. I use Pattern Keeper for my full coverages. And if I can, you know, like if the PDF pattern, if I have a PDF pattern, if it'll go into Pattern Keeper without a lot of futzing, I will use Pattern Keeper. But I'm also comfortable using paper patterns, so I use both. But for my full coverage, I don't think I could do a full coverage without Pattern Keeper. So like my Love is Love from Jan Hicks, that one went right into Pattern Keeper. I had to do some changing of the threads because of the color conversion that I did. But that wasn't a big deal because there's only, you know, like a dozen colors or something like that. So, but yeah, full coverage, absolutely. Pattern Keeper is a game changer. I think that's one of the reasons why, like, I've had that Shakespeare and fantasy pattern for years, like before Heaven and Earth designs really became a big deal. I feel like, cause I mean, I honestly think it was like early 2000s, like maybe late 90s when I first picked up that pattern, before Pattern Keeper was a thing. And I had it printed off, and it was just like, it's a book for those of you who still work full coverage off of a paper pattern. It's a book, and I was very intimidated, and it's one of the biggest reasons why for 20 plus years I haven't started that project. So, but definitely getting started this month. I'm excited. So those are some plans for that. And yes, so yes, I do use Pattern Keeper. She did also ask, sounds like she had some recovery issues, or maybe her tablet died. Honestly, like, I don't know. I haven't dug into the like back end of Pattern Keeper to see how it's structured. I would definitely recommend doing some exports of your progress so that, you know, like if you do have a failure and saving it to a cloud, if you can save it to a cloud. I have a folder like in my Gmail for Pattern Keeper progress files. I'm not great about it. I do try to, like, every couple months go through and export progress in case I have a drive failure or, you know, the tablet dies or whatever. But yeah, I don't have a good way to give advice on how to recover if your device has been corrupted. Sorry. That's no good. I feel for you. I think, you know, like I've switched devices and I did, you know, like do a bunch of exporting and re-importing and some of them didn't work. And so I had to go in and, you know, re-highlight everything. So I can feel for you on that, but I don't know of a good way to recover. There is a Pattern Keeper Facebook group that might be of a little more assistance. I do follow that group and there is a lot of, you know, there's a fair amount of chatter in there with questions. So that might be another resource that you can check with. I also wanted to thank, there's a fellow Flosstuber out there. It's two sisters and they are Cross Stitch the Globe. So they gave me a shout out in one of their videos. And I totally missed it during my last video. So I apologize. I do watch them. They're a lot of fun. It's very cute. The one sister seems like she's maybe more frugal than the other sister. And now she's, you know, like used to just work on one thing at a time. And now she's got several projects on the go, which just kind of goes to show you how enabling Flosstube can be. I mean, I already had lots and lots of cross stitch stuff, but I definitely have been enabled once I started watching Flosstube. So I feel the pain and the pleasure. It is a totally different hobby, collecting cross stitch supplies. So I want to thank Cross Stitch the Globe for shouting me out. I really appreciate it. So, okay, we are about 45 minutes in, and now it is time for haul. And buckle up. This is in no particular order. I will try and call it out if I got it at the Stitch New England retreat. But yeah. Okay, so like I said, I went to my local needlework shop today. That is Lynn's in Madison, Wisconsin. And they still can get Lakeside. So I picked up, this is 32 count Lakeside linen in Flagstone, which is not showing very nicely on camera. It's a very nice, like kind of grayish neutral. I feel like you can never have too many of those. And then they also had some Fox and Rabbit in Prehistoric. Now, I just looked at this a little more closely. It says 46 count. I thought it was 40 count. It was in the 40 count pile. It's 46 count. I don't know if I'll be able to stitch with it, but I'm going to give it a go. This is another kind of like grayish linen from Fox and Rabbit. So that's lovely. So this is definitely from Retreat. So this is one of the little needle books that Connie gave everybody at her table. It was very, very generous. So look, this is so cute. And then she gave us some floss cards. And then she gave us a tape measure, which you can never have too many tape measures. And then a little snips. And then she gave us these like adorable little counting pins. How cute are those? And then this little skeletal hand. So thank you, Connie. I love these. They're so much fun. I don't think I have everything that I received at retreat in this bin. I tried to keep it all together and wrangled, but you know how it goes. Okay, so I have a bunch of these in PDF format, but I also I love this. So this is Quirky Quaker Stocking. I probably will put this in the pile of things to do this year. I didn't order the floss. I am sure that I have some overdyes that I can just pull. But I do like the stocking. So that's super cute. To go along with that, I got Quirky Quaker Christmas Tree. I might change this to silver because I prefer silver to gold. But that's really cute. And I got the Quirky Quaker Llama because I love llamas. I don't know what it is about them. They've definitely grown on me in the last few years, but I love this little llama, so I got that one. And then this is a pattern that I picked up today at the LNS. So Deck the Halls by the Drawn Thread. This calls for dinky dyes. I'm gonna go through my stash. I'm sure it's some reds and some greens, and I'm sure I have something in my stash that will work for that. So, and then I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this designer before. So, Quaint Nose Needle Arts. Is that right? Yeah, Quaint Nose. So this is Charlotte Watkins, 1866. I love, so I don't do a ton of traditional samplers like this that are reproductions, but there was something about this castle and this almost felt like a hobbit hole, but it's, can't be a hobbit hole because hobbit holes didn't exist. But, and then this, I don't know, this one, it spoke to me. I like the design work on the side of this house. So yeah, got that one. And then I think I'm a little late to the party. This is Summer Quaker by Leela's Studio. This is gorgeous. I've seen other people working on this and loving it. So I grabbed it while I was at my LNS. And to go along with that, I picked up the Spring Quaker by Leela's Studio. I will likely change some of these brown colors to be maybe some greens and pinks for spring instead of brown. I think I will switch out some of the colors in those motifs. I'll probably leave the basket as is, but yeah, I'm gonna change the colors because we're allowed to do that. Okay, next one I got is from Lindy Stitches. This is the March Oriental Turtle Dove from her stamp collection. This is number 1. I love this purple, I like the clovers and the purple kind of fractor bird. So I got this. Digging that one. On a Leela Studios kick. So this is Season's Blessings from Leela Studios. I love cardinal birds, and this little pumpkin with the crow on it. Love it. Okay, we have Winter Blooms by the Blue Flower. I also love Blue Flower. Her designs are amazing. And then, so the next two, I actually have these on auto ship from Misty from Mystic Fabrics. So this is the Countryman. So this is in the Snowman series from 2023. I love this cow. I love this cow sitting on a log. What, adorable. And then I also got the Witch. I think my number 12 is going to be shipped out here shortly to finish out this series. I do admit I did not get the clown because clowns kind of freak me out. So I did not receive the clown, which was I think the second pattern in this series. I wasn't going to stitch them all on one big piece of fabric anyway, so that's fine. I don't know if y'all saw, but she's got the next series out, and it's houses, and the first one is Santa's house, and I immediately had Misty put me on auto ship because it's amazing. I don't have a picture, but go if you like Cottage Garden, these houses are going to be fantastic. And she put up like kind of previews as far as like what each house is going to be. So there's going to be, you know, like a boathouse and a tree house and a haunted house for, you know, October, and yep, all of it. So I got another Plum Street. This one is the Float Like a Butterfly. And then there's a, I can't remember now. Is it Heartstring Samplery? Did the Sting Like a Bee, which I have on order. I think the shop that I ordered it from is waiting to get the shipment. So, because I actually would like to stitch them together. So I have Float Like a Butterfly. I'm waiting for Sting Like a Bee. Super excited that these blackbirds are reprinted. So this is Octopus's Garden. You couldn't get this one for a while. I think I have all the other ones. I need to go through my blackbirds and make sure that I have all of the Beatles Magic Mystery Tour songs. So I might change the colors on this octopus and these jellyfish. We'll see. And then I got Pink Hill Manor, also by Blackbird Designs. I love this house. I love the flower. I love it. Twin Peak. Yeah. Twin Peak Primitives. I got the Haunted House sampler. Emily C on YouTube, Eclectic Possessions on Instagram, I think it was doing this one. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, I think I need that haunted house. Yeah. So that'll probably be next year. This I got as a kit at the Stitch New England retreat. Some of those I might have gotten at the Stitch. I can't remember. This one I know I got because it was in the it was in the room where they had stuff. And this is all kitted up. So it has a little poinsettia needle minder and all the floss. You just have to provide your own fabric, but this will probably get thrown in my bucket for November and December to see if I can get this all finished for Christmas to spruce up my my Christmas tree that only, you know, came pre-lit, but I don't have any ornaments. Okay, next one, Lucy Beam. This is Crafty Witches. I just love these little stitchy witches. At first, I was not super jazzed about like primitive patterns, but the more I see them stitched up by other Flosstubers, the more I'm like, it grows on me. They're cute. I really like them. So that'll maybe, if not 2024, I'm already kind of pre-planning for 2025 because that is, I'm going to be turning 50. What? I'm going to be turning 50 in 2025. So I'm kind of like pondering what I'm going to do for my 50th year birthday. For sure, well, hopefully, I will be taking a trip to New Zealand to celebrate my 50th birthday. So my birthday month is February, which is summer for them, which I think is perfect. So that is the goal, that I will be taking hopefully 3 weeks for my 50th birthday and going to New Zealand. So I feel like I need to like reach out to some of the Flosstubers that I watch from New Zealand and be like, hey, I'm sure they'd be like, yeah, no, I don't meet strangers, which I don't blame them. Okay. This is Artsy Housewife. This is Pear Hill. I don't like this purple house. Like, I love it. I don't like pears I don't like to eat pears, but I think these are really pretty. And like the penny border. Love it. And then I also had to get then the Golden Delicious by the Artsy Housewife. So, yes. Oh, so this was actually in our Stitch New England like swag bag. So this is Mushroom Mayhem. This is by Helen Daly. So I don't know if this was an exclusive pattern for the Stitch New England, but I actually have somebody in mind that might like this pattern, so I might stitch that up for them. And then I don't know what, like, I love Jan Hicks. She's fantastic. I've looked at this several times and finally just pulled the trigger. I doubt that I'll do it in this colorway. I have a ton of Silks for You variegated silks, so I'm sure I'll pull one of those. This one I know I got at the brick and mortar store at Stitch New England. So this is a Teresa Kogut. It's Celebrate, and it's 15 years of needlework. So I'm like, I saw this pattern with these little sheep and the 2 black sheep, and I was like, even if that's the only pattern in there that I like, I gotta get it. And I can't, unfortunately, show you any of the others because there are not pictures. It's just the patterns. So I apologize, but I can't show you. But this was the main one that I got this for because I just loved those little sheep. So, this was a gift from one of my table mates. So this is from Tara. She's the 805 Stitcher. So she made these lovely, lovely project bags for all of her table mates, and then included some floss drops for us. So again, she's the 805 Stitcher. She has, I don't know that she's done any recent floss tubes, but she definitely, her Etsy shop is still active. So if you're interested in, like, it's beautiful. It's got this little acorn for the pole. It's so cute. So thank you, Tara. And then they had like door prize drawings at the Stitch New England retreat, and I won a door prize. So this, let me see. This is by Tracy. Does she have her here? And she made, so this is Tracy Baker of OG Stitchery, so OHGEE Stitchery. So she made these scissor fobs for everybody. Like, this was in our swag bag, and so she handmade these. Apparently, so she made like 300 of these because there were 300 participants, and then got to the last fob and ran out of orange buttons. So then she did something super fun, and she made one that had orange and black buttons. And then if you were the lucky person to get that particular scissor fob, then you got a door prize. So that was super cool. But then they were having door prize drawings, and I totally won. And look at how cute. I love this. Like, I have to find like the best girly pattern that I have. Look at the back is great with those, like, it's just so, I love it. And then this great pull with, see if there's like a little hand. So thank you, Tracy. Oh, I did participate in the Smalls exchange, and if I remember, I will insert pictures of the pillow that I made for the Smalls exchange. But it was a waxing moon design, and it was a Midnight Manor. So there were 2 patterns on the waxing moon. There's like a bigger one that's a haunted house, and then there's a littler haunted house that says Midnight Manor on it. So I did that and then made it into a pillow and did that for the Smalls exchange. But this is so this was made by Barb Spitzer. So she made it, she's got it on this little, it's so cute. I just love it. I was very grateful. Honestly, I didn't see a single project out and about from the Smalls Exchange that I wouldn't have been happy to get. Like, it's amazing. Like, people are so, so talented. I mean, obviously, like, we're doing something we love, so of course that makes sense. But literally, there wasn't a single thing that I was like, oh, no, I wouldn't. I would be disappointed if I got that. It was all gorgeous. And then another couple things. So Stacy, my table mate, who is Thread the Needle Stitchery, so she gave all of her table mates some floss drops. And then she gave me this really cute little needle minder. So this is like, it's filled. So like it's an actual bottle cap that she printed her like business info on, and she filled it so that it can be used as a needle minder. So cute. I love it. So go check her store out, because she's fantastic. Oh, so my next thing, if you are in Mystic Fabrics Fabric of the Month Club, and you have not received your fabric yet and you don't want to be spoiled, look away because this came in the mail today. So she is calling this Exhausted, and it's a beautiful like bluish gray. She did mostly neutrals this year for her fabric of the month, and I have not been disappointed. So this is a 20 count Aida. I get a full fat half, and then I also get a fat half of her 32 count linen. So they're both beautiful. I actually have some ideas for this already. So as usual, oh, I forgot to, she sent some adorable little kitty stickers. Like they're like black cats, like fat black cats. And they all have like one has like the ... that you see when you're like waiting for somebody to reply to your text message. And then there's like a sleepy one. And so they're all like cats with like emojis around them. They're really cute stickers, and I totally forgot to grab them. I apologize. So then I think I had to get some floss from 123 Stitch, and you know, floss can't travel by itself, so I had to get some fabric. This is 40 count Newcastle from Fiber on a Whim. It's stone. It's obviously just a basic neutral, in my favorite like silvery gray type of color. I'm pretty predictable as far as like my neutrals are concerned. So I am just starting out with the 40 count stuff. I was at the eye doctor in September, October, I don't remember, a little bit ago, and I was like, can you get me a pair that is overcorrected so that I can try and work on 40 count? And she said, absolutely. So she did. So I now have overcorrected craft glasses that's all they can be used for, because if I try to use them at the computer, I'm like, I can't see it. I can't see anything. So then I also got, this is just a 40 count Newcastle in pewter. I think this is just like, oh no, this is Picture This Plus in pewter. Also not like, yeah. I got this at Stitch New England. This is an 18 count Aida from Forbidden Fiber Company in the color Waterfall. So it's kind of a grainy blue. It's pretty. It's very pretty. I also have some ideas for this one. So I got that. And then I got this as well. So this is a 36 count Edinburgh linen. And this one is in the colorway Harvest Moon by Forbidden Fiber. This is kind of a grayish purpley color. That's pretty close. Yeah. So 36 count, also new for me. I've kind of been sticking with 32, but I'm trying to expand my horizons, y'all. And then at Stitch New England, they had a trunk show from Atomic Ranch Fabrics, which I had not ever seen before. So I was pretty excited to dig into the tables and see what was on offer. So this is the only 40 count that I got. This is in the colorway Oxygen. So another kind of light blue, light to like medium blue. It is lovely. I got also from Atomic Ranch. This is Eucalyptus in 32 count. This is, yep, that's pretty true. So greeny yellows, also gorgeous. I got a whole yard of this color and there is not a name on it. So this is an unnamed fabric from Atomic Ranch. It is a 32 count, but it is also just a really nice neutral. So I love that. And then this is also a 32 count full yard in another unnamed, like it's just, I don't know if it's really unnamed or they just didn't get it on the tag. But this is another, it's darker than that other blue that I got from Atomic Ranch. But this is also a really pretty neutral. Okay, we're almost done. Oh. The integrity of my pile is collapsing. Okay, sorry. I got this adorable little needle minder at Stitch New England. This was in the, again, like in the annex that they had at the retreat itself. And I couldn't resist the Pride witch hat. It seemed pretty appropriate. So, and then before I left for a retreat, but after I filmed last, I got some new needle minders from Mad for Minders on Etsy. So this one I got because if you saw my last video, I actually got this as a kit from Heaven and Earth Designs. So this is Meeting on the Turret Stairs. So I couldn't resist. I have this pattern from Golden Kite. So this is Pompeian Lady. I can't remember the artist's names. So, but I got that one because eventually I'm going to be kitting that up and doing that. But I love sea turtles. Turtles are kind of my jam. So this one says, "That's what I do. I cross stitch and I know things." So this is an attempted murder because there's only two. I love it. And then You Shall Not Pass. And just, I loved these, like this reminds me, I know it's not the doors of Durin in the Mines of Moria, but it kind of reminds me of that. And then just a spooky haunted house, because I've got some haunted houses. So Mad for Minders, they've got a ton. I love their needle minders. And then the very last thing that I got was, I've heard a bunch about, sorry for the crinkling, about Missus Sedas silk. And she had some conversions for a couple of Jan Hicks patterns that I already owned. So I got the conversions, and sorry, this is the conversion for Meditation Garden. I apologize, I forgot to grab the pattern. But oh, they're lovely. So that's for Meditation Garden. Sorry. And then the other one is another, it's another Jan Hicks, and it's called Find Your Joy. And this is these are the color conversion for that. I love these. So I might have to add those patterns to my list of starts for next year. And then she very graciously sent me just like a bonus skein. This is called Oxide, which is lovely. Okay. So that's all the haul. There's probably some other haul that already got put away that I forgot to put in my haul bin, so I apologize, but there's a lot to keep track of. Really quick, one more question for you before I head out. I do have some Advent boxes coming, so I got the Stalkers Calling Advent box. I got the Silks Winter Wonderland box from Almond M&M's Silk. And then I got, and this is more knitting related, but there is a sort of local to me, Wisconsin-based yarn dyer called Sweet Pea and Sparrow. I got her mini skeins last year. This year I decided to do the 12-day box and get the bigger skeins. So I have that coming. So my question is, are people interested in seeing like daily unboxings of those Advent calendars? Almost like a Vlogmas, where I would just do a quick, like 2 or 3 minute each day of the unboxing for those Advent calendars. I think that's all I got. I feel like maybe there's more and I'm forgetting. I don't think so. I think those are the only 3 that I got. So let me know in the comments, please, if you are interested in seeing the unboxings on a daily basis, and I will try and do that. If I miss a day, I will obviously double up the following day. But just curious if people are interested. If not, I won't do it. I'll just open them for myself. So, I don't have any kids. I don't have a partner. And like my family, we're not huge gift giving, like we don't give each other gifts a lot because we all have plenty. So, and that's fine. Like this is not me complaining, but sometimes over the holiday season, it can be fun to be like, I got some Advent presents. So, yeah. So I got myself some Advent boxes. Yeah, that's it, I think. So thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. This was a little longer than I expected, but I forgot how much haul I had. Boy, if I had more in there that I have already put away. Next year, not as much haul, guys. Like I think literally I'm gonna do one fabric from Misty for her fabric of the month. I'm gonna just probably stick with a 32 count linen. And then I'm going to have her auto ship the cottage garden samplings house series. And that will be, and I'm going to try and go to Stitch New England next year because I had so much fun and I really would like to go to more, but I'm just trying to be a little more cognizant of my budget. Obviously I have a wealth of haul in front of me and I've got lots of other things. Like I know some other Flosstubers have talked about doing a kit parade of like things that they have kitted up and ready to go, ready to be started. Or, and I do have some, like I've got some dimensions kits. I don't know if I'll ever get back into stitching dimensions kits again. I love them, but at the same time, I do struggle with, like, oh, I have to use 4 strands on this one half stitch and like it's fussy and the patterns are a little tricky just because it's all one giant page and I'm used to having multiple pages now and like trying to get copies of it is, ugh. It's more effort than I'm willing to do at this point in my life. So yeah, is that anything that people would be interested in to see? Like I literally am starting to plan for 2025 already and like coming up with a plan for what I'm going to do for that big, milestone birthday. Like I've seen Creative Lee here on YouTube who she did 50 and 50. So she did 50 starts in in 50 or for her 50th birthday. I could easily do 50 and 50. Like I for sure have enough kits, like patterns that are kitted up with at least the floss. And I actually just did a big fabric reorganization. It used to be in like big Sterilite bins, but my problem with that was I just couldn't see. Like I couldn't see what I was looking for. And so I kind of paw through and be like, oh, this is good enough. But then later I'd find some fabric when I was looking for something else. I'm like, oh, that would have been better for this pattern. So I did a big, and again, maybe that's something people would like to see. So I did a big fabric reorganization where I got a rolling bar, like a clothes rack that has a bar at top that has 2 extenders on it and then a bar in the middle. And then I got a bunch of plastic bags that have like the hanging hooks on them so that it can hang on the bar. I went through that last night. I thought it was going to be, you know, like it was going to take me multiple days. But I got totally in a groove and managed to get almost all of it organized. I ended up having to order some new bags that were bigger than the ones that I got, just because I do have some full yards of fabric that weren't quite fitting unless I totally wanted to like take it out of the packaging and refold it into a different fold pattern, which I kind of didn't want to do. It's probably not a bad idea to have a few more, like a bigger size set of bags. But I filled up the rack, like both of the, both of them are full. I have plenty of fabric. I do not need to buy any more fabric, although I will still get Misty's fabric of the month, cause I do love her fabric. So I was joking with my best friend when I sent her a picture and she was like, oh my God. I'm like, you know what this means, right? She's like, you never need to buy fabric again. I'm like, no, this means that I just need to start more projects. So I think we could all probably relate to that, or most of us can. So if you want to see some pictures of my new fabric storage system, it's nice because you can roll it wherever. But yeah, so that was that. I'm also, I have some work to do to organize my fancy flosses, and I have a bunch of silks that need to be organized a little better so that I know what I have, what I like, so I can actually see it a little more easily. Cause right now they're in, like muslin bags. And so you literally have to open up every bag in order to see which silk it is and what the color is. So I have some tentative plans for how to organize that a little bit better. So we'll see. Lots of organization, lots of figuring stuff out, and just kind of preparing for like the very low spend, comparatively speaking, for next year, and probably really for 2025, because for the most part, the patterns aren't going anywhere. So I really need to keep that in mind. Like, it's one thing, like keep a journal of things that are grabbing my attention, for future. Cause unless it's explicitly says it's a limited edition, for the most part, patterns aren't going away, like in 2 years or whatever. So I just have to keep that in mind. Okay. I have rambled. Thank you for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. Now I need to go put away all my haul and reorganize everything. So I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you hopefully again at the beginning of December. And I will at that point get into my plans for 2024 as far as my whipco boards. So thank you again. Have a great day. Bye.